G'day YouTube and welcome back to another video. Today we will be looking at the updates that we have from Ultimate Hunting over the month of March. I will even dive into what I think will make Ultimate Hunting a better and worse hunting game when compared to Call of the Wild. If you would like to join us on this adventure, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. So over the past month, there has been a lot of information coming out about Ultimate Hunting. This ranges from animal lists to different photos of the game, and even just some other posts that really don't mean a whole lot in terms of the game, but it's still pretty cool that the community has been engaged by the developers in this way. The first new information we got about Ultimate Hunting is confirmation of the black-backed jackal. Ultimate Hunting came out with an Ultimate Game Atlas about this animal, and I will read what it says. Species, black-backed jackal, and you can see at the top right there, it's 2 skulls out of 5. I'm guessing that's how dangerous it is. The scientific name of, I'm going to give it a go, Lupulella mesomelis? That's probably way off. Anyway, you can find these in southern and eastern Africa, with the suggested calibers being the 223, 243, 270, 30-06, and the 7mm. Some trivia about this animal is that it is considered the oldest canid in the world. They are fast, agile, and adaptable to their environment. Jackals are omnivore mammals, both excellent scavengers and hunters. They hunt scorpions, spiders, hares, antelopes, etc. But they also feed on the remains of dead animals. And we've got a little bit of an image of what the black-backed jackal looks like. I'm really looking forward to this animal. I don't really hunt jackal in Call of the Wild, but I guess, hey, if it's in the game, I'll definitely give it a go. The next thing we were updated on was the turkey hunting decoy. I think it looks really, really cool. And I just love, the ability to hunt with decoys in this game. It's going to be really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. The next species we were introduced to in the Ultimate Game Atlas was the wood duck. Scientific name, Aix sponsor. Probably stuffed that one up, but as you can see, 0 out of 5 in terms of the danger scale, and its range is in North America, so we can definitely assume that this will be on the American map, which we know is the Californian Reserve, and it has a suggested caliber of the 22 long rifle with birdshot, obviously being 2 different weapons there. Some trivia about this animal is that the wood duck is a medium-sized perching duck. The adult male has stunning multicolored iridescent plumage and red eyes with a distinctive white flare down its neck. The female, less colorful, has a white eye ring and whitish throat. Wood ducks are named as they lived in wooded swamps, woodland rivers, streams, and ponds. And there you go, there's also an image of the wood duck. I'm going to assume that that is the male. Moving on, we did have a Facebook post that came out from Ultimate Hunting, and it reads as follows. Fellow hunters, referring to our latest posts with Pete and Trophy Lodges, you can see Trophy Lodges in my latest video, we would like to thank you for your feedback. There are still a few things that we are figuring out when it comes to game mechanics, characters, and other details, so you can expect much more types of posts like that to come. Your voice matters and we appreciate your engagement. That's all I'm going to read about this. It is on the screen, so keep reading if you want, but it's really important to me that they care about the community and give us an input on this game. Now, we might not be putting in the code, we might not be making the assets or whatever, but we have an input and our voice is heard, which is really cool to hear, and hopefully we'll be able to see that in the final product. Another post that came out was on International Women's Day. So it was just a dear lady hunters, on this day, we wish you the best, and you know the rest. So I think it's really cool that, they're just acknowledging this, and obviously they want to tap into the market of female hunters within hunting games, because I feel like they're definitely an important part of our community and we need to make sure that they are recognized. And then we had on March 10th, Mario Day, the first official list of animals for the Southern African Reserve. So here is our beautiful image of what looks to be the reserve and the full list of animals, which I'll run through right now. African bush elephant, Angolan giraffe, Cape hippo, lion, Cape buffalo, Nile crocodile, blue wildebeest, common zebra, greater kudu, chacma baboon, black-backed jackal, warthog, helmeted guinea fowl, white-faced whistling ducks, African savanna hares, Cape ground squirrels, and rock hyrax. Now to me as well, if you have a look at this list, from the bottom to the top goes smallest to the largest animal. So if we were talking in terms of Call of the Wild, the rock hyrax would be a class 1 animal, and the bush elephant being class 9. I don't think that's how it's going to work in Ultimate Hunting, but you get what I'm trying to say. A couple days later, we got another image of Marjorie, who is our NPC guide in Africa, and it was just about getting questions to which the developers will answer. I believe they chose one of them. Here is a photo they released about corn, sweet corn, which pretty much confirms that there will be baiting in this game, which is actually really cool to see because baiting is something that we haven't done in Call of the Wild, so it'd be awesome to see in this game. Then we have a image about what our customization panel might look like. So I'm guessing you purchase these items in the store and then they show up in this panel here. I think it's cool. I think it does the job. It's clean. I like it. What do you think? They also pose a question. Should it affect animals' behavior? I definitely think it should. Let me know what you think in the comments below as well about that. So 1, what do you think about this customization panel? And 2, do you think that it should affect animals' behavior? I think so, but I'd love to know your thoughts as well. A couple days later, they came out with the question, will there be different reactions to the impact of bullet depending on the shot placement? So basically they're saying that they tried this with the warthog, but that is not a deer, and they want to focus on Cervidae and Antilochopteridae families. So they're going to be bringing them out for deer and whatever Antilochopteridae families are. I'll definitely have it on the screen right now, but you can assume that animals such as the Nile crocodile won't have it at launch. Doesn't mean it won't have it ever, but not at launch. Then on the very first day of spring, it is also the International Day of Forests, apparently, and on this occasion, Ultimate Hunting would like to show you something related. The Firewatch Tower in their California Reserve. So this is how it looks. It looks slightly different to what we've seen before, but I actually really like it. I think it looks awesome. There is definitely some attention to detail, especially on that roof and the stairs, and I think it's a really good model that we will be climbing in the games to get a lay of the land when hunting. And they also ask, what would you like to find inside? I would definitely love to see a bed, somewhere to cook some food. Heck, give me a full body mount of a mule deer in there, I don't care. Then we got the California Reserve list of animals. Let me read that for you now. The American black bear, the Tule elk, or Thule elk, is it Thule elk or Tule elk? Mountain lion, Colombian black-tailed deer, Californian mule deer, bighorn sheep, wild boar, pronghorn, American badger, raccoons, wild turkey, ring-necked pheasants, snowshoe hares, American crows, mallards, wood duck, and quail. I definitely had a comment on one of my latest videos that I was saying mallard wrong. I think I was saying it mallard. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully I fixed it at the time. And the latest post that came out 7 hours ago as I'm making this video is, Deer Hunters, it is a pleasure to see how excited you are since we released the species list for our reserves. We are really glad that you like the animals we presented. They are our top priority for the game release, but we don't say it's over, hinting at there could be more animals within the game. Today, we would like to ask you, what is one thing that you like or dislike in the other hunting games out there, and how would you fix that? I think that's a great question. That is a great question because we all have problems with all games that we play, whether it's hunting or anything else. So I think that's an awesome question that they've posed to their audience. So that has been the updates for Ultimate Hunting over the month of March. Let me know what you think in the comments. And now I'm going to move over to what I think will make Ultimate Hunting a better and worse hunting game than Call of the Wild. I think we're going to start with the good news first. So number 1, Call of the Wild has already made the mistakes that Ultimate Hunting can learn from. So this will mean that Ultimate Hunting can see what went wrong in Call of the Wild and not make the same mistake. I think it's really important, and therefore at launch, the game should be better than how Call of the Wild was at launch, assuming they do it properly. Number 2, I think that community engagement feels a lot better as they're asking so many questions for the fans on Facebook and giving them input on the game's development. 3, I know that there are some licensed items in the game, which is absolutely awesome because I love to be able to use real world items in the game. So if I like it a lot and for some reason build this connection towards a particular weapon or a particular piece of clothing, I can actually buy it in the real world and use it when I am out hunting. I also love that there's new concepts such as baiting and even the introduction of juvenile animals. Now, I don't believe that you'll be able to shoot juvenile animals without a punishment, but I think that's awesome. And I mean, I don't know why you'd want to shoot a baby deer anyway. But anyway, to me, Ultimate Hunting, obviously this isn't confirmed, but it feels more of a sim than Call of the Wild is. But I don't know how it would compare to the Hunter Classic, which is a game that unfortunately isn't on console. And I feel like it would have a lot more players if it was on console. But I definitely think that if you had to choose between Call of the Wild and Ultimate Hunting for a simulation game, at this stage, I'd be leaning towards Ultimate Hunting. Again, I haven't played Ultimate Hunting. I've only played Call of the Wild, but I know that Call of the Wild right now for me is that I'm always just changing the need zone time and walking to a lake and repeat. So that's all I'm doing. So it doesn't feel like more of a simulation than that. Now, onto the bad news. What I think will make it worse than Call of the Wild is that, number 1, we haven't really seen much gameplay footage, and the game's meant to come out late this year. This is worrying to me because I would hope that at this point we can see the game well and truly through their alpha stage and into their late beta stage, and potentially even starting to work out and iron out some bugs. So I won't be surprised if there is a delay. And if there is a delay, I just want you to know that that's okay. That means they're working hard to make this game amazing. And I would rather delay the game for a couple of months than bring it out a couple months earlier and it's bug riddled and I'll play it for 10 minutes and get bored. Also, we have Unreal Engine going up against the Apex Avalanche open world engine. Now, Unreal Engine, yes, there are some amazing games on it, but from what I've heard throughout the community, and I don't know this personally, is that a lot of the models within Ultimate Hunting are just basic models that you can get somewhere else. And to me, if they're buying models on the internet, are they able to then create other models moving forward that have the same feel as past ones, if that makes sense? If not, I would love to clear it up in the comments, so please let me know. But it's just about making this game their own and giving it a feeling of their own, because there are people who even commented in my other video that Ultimate Hunting is using the same assets as their game. Now, it's not like they're stealing them, but having the same assets, I mean, you wouldn't see Halo assets in Call of Duty, right? And I mean that in the sense that these are different games and they have different feels and graphical feels as well. So that's what I'm trying to lean at. It's a long way of saying that, but hopefully you got the gist of it. Ultimate Hunting will also have smaller maps in Call of the Wild, but looking at the hunting list will have more animals. So I don't know if this is going to make the game feel like there's animals everywhere or that they're going to be so sparsely scattered around the map that we're not going to be able to see many blacktail or many mule deer. And it's just going to feel like a really struggle of a hunt, which at the same time, I guess it makes it more of a sim. But let me know what you think about that. And at launch, the reserve selection is heavily outweighed towards Call of the Wild. Obviously, Call of the Wild has, I want to say about 10 reserves. I could be wrong. This is off the top of my head, but Ultimate Hunting will only have 2. That being said, we know that there's going to be more reserves within Ultimate Hunting should the game go well, and it's just at launch that I know this is going to be a bit of an issue. But yeah, that's what I think about the pros and cons about Ultimate Hunting and how it can be a better and worse game than Call of the Wild. I know some of you don't like the comparisons between the two, but it's about all we got. I don't want to compare Ultimate Hunting to Hunting Sim 2 or Hunting Sim 1 because I didn't really like those games that much. Barely put any time into it, and all the time I really did put into it was just watching other people on YouTube, and I knew from that I wasn't going to really like the game as much as I like Call of the Wild. And when you are the top guy in the hunting game, like Call of the Wild is, you will always be compared to every new hunting game that comes out. So that's why I've done that. Other than that, thank you so much for checking out this video. Please leave a like, comment, and please consider subscribing. I will see you in the next video.